Hi, I'm Ben Gladden. One of the most interesting things you'll read in the entire Bible involves a naked guy who lives in a hillside graveyard and a herd of flying pigs. Seriously, if you look in the Synoptic Gospels, that's Matthew, Mark, and Luke, you can read all about it. You see, Jesus and his students, his disciples, were on a boat, and they were crossing the Sea of Galilee. They were going to the southern coast of it, which is the country of the Gadarenes. Now, in the Gadarenes, there weren't a lot of Jewish people. They were mostly pagans, so they believed in a lot of different kinds of gods. Jesus is in the boat praying as they approach the coastline. And then suddenly, a crazy man comes running out of the tombs that have been carved in the side of the cliffs along the coastline. This man is naked, and it looks like he's living there. Well, sadly, he has been living there for years. When he was younger, people used to tie him up so he wouldn't hurt himself or other people, but he would always escape and he'd run off to the tombs, so they let him live there. Now, this doesn't sound like the greatest life in the world for us, but it wasn't the worst thing that could have happened to him. Let's think about it. While he was there, he wasn't hurting anyone else. He had food because people would bring him food, so he wasn't starving. And he had the shelter of the tombs or the caves. Again, this wasn't the greatest life in the world, but at least they didn't kill him. As Jesus gets off the boat, the man comes running up to him and says, "What do you want with me?" Well, Jesus responds by asking him a question. What's your name? Now, this might sound a little odd to you and me, but the Gadarenes believed that if you were sick or insane, you were possessed by a demon or by a spirit. And if you could get the name of that demon or spirit, well, then you could control that demon or spirit. So to the Gadarenes, that question made perfect sense. Well, the man responds to Jesus by saying his name is Legion. Legion. In the Roman Empire, a legion was 5,000 or 6,000 soldiers. So when he says that his name is Legion, the Gadarenes would have heard that as, well, the man's not just possessed by one demon or spirit, he's possessed by thousands. Now, this demon then goes on to beg Jesus, "Please don't throw us into the deep." Well, that's just another way of saying, don't throw us back into nothingness. Don't make us disappear. So here's where the pigs come in. You see, the Gadarenes raised pigs, which any good Jew would have stayed far away from because they were considered unclean, which means you couldn't eat them, you couldn't raise them, and you really couldn't have anything to do with them, which is kind of too bad because they missed out on BLT sandwiches and pigs in a blanket and pork ribs. I bet they couldn't even watch Porky Pig cartoons. Oh, sorry. Well, in any case, while all this was going on, there was a herd of pigs nearby. Now, the demons in the man asked Jesus, well, begged Jesus, put us into the pigs. That way we won't disappear. So the Bible says Jesus gave them leave, which means he gave them permission to go into the pigs. And off they went. At this point, the demons are probably thinking that they pulled a fast one on Jesus. After all, he didn't send them off into the deep, he sent them into the pigs. But when they got into the pigs started squealing, and they went running down the hillside, over the cliff, and into the sea. Remember, I told you there were flying pigs here. But when the pigs got into the sea, they didn't swim, they drowned. But remember, the Gadarenes thought that there were demons in the man, and that those demons went into the pigs. When the pigs were destroyed, the demons were also destroyed. But don't feel bad for the pigs. Feel happy for the man. Because what happened was that the man was completely healed. You see, the pig herders went off to the village, and by the time they came back, they saw the man clothed and in his right mind, completely healed and talking with Jesus. So, there you have it. An insane man who lives in tombs on a hillside and a herd of flying pigs.